Hello, welcome back to Barclay Homestead. And if you're used to the name being Mama B Made It and you're kind of going, whoa, when did the name change? I changed the name right around Christmas time, and I just wanted it to reflect that this is about more than just me cooking in the kitchen. It's about the whole shebang, if you will. So today's video is going to be something I'm very excited about. I meant to make this video a few days ago, but it's winter time and it's a really hard flu season and we all got hit. So if I look a little tired, that's why. I'm just getting back on my feet finally. It's been since the day after Christmas, so it's been a little bit of a rough go. So today is the talk about Pantry Challenge. If you are familiar with the Pantry Challenge, you know what it's all about. If you're not, and you're wondering like, what in the world is that? So for me, I will explain what it means to me personally and the purpose of it and all of that in a moment. But right now, the basic topics that I want to hit on. So what is the Pantry Challenge? The Pantry Challenge is something that Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead, and I will link that and hashtag her and all the things, started. And it's just about staying out of the grocery store. She likes to stay away from the grocery store during the flu season, the winter, you know, all the things, the good reasons to kind of sort of stay away from people. And so that's why she started it. And there is a hashtag Three Rivers Challenge, and you use that and you can go and see what everybody else is doing with their pantry challenge. And the reason why it's unique for each person is there are no rules. You do not have to have a big pantry. You don't have to have a pantry at all. I mean, I guess you sort of have to have something, but you have to have a desire to want to cook differently. For me, that's my take on it. You know, you want to get creative in the kitchen, and however that you do that, that's your pantry challenge. If it's just going out and getting the things that you think you need for a month, and that's what you want to do, because I mean, they say you don't have to have a homestead, you don't have to have a big pantry, you don't have to have any of those things. So you make that mean to you what you think it should mean. So so that is the who is the host and what it is. Why do a pantry challenge? So a lot of homesteaders and a lot of people in that world do it so that they use the things that they put up in the fall. And I want to do that for that reason, but also I want to go into it a little more in-depthly. Like, I don't plan on not going to the grocery store at all. I don't plan on doing that. As a matter of fact, I just did my January grocery haul. That was primarily, though, fresh vegetables, refrigerator things. I think I only bought like 4 things for the pantry, and they were just things that I realized that I will run out of if I don't get them. They were things that I was a little bit low on. So that's, for me, I want to figure out like how deep I want to delve into this thing. You know, how big of a pantry would I have to just comfortably shop once a month? How much produce would I have to bring in from my garden to do that? What should I grow more of? Those kind of questions. I think that's what a lot of us do this for. So we kind of learn, like, do we really like this thing? Would I can it again? And there are some things I've already come across, and I think every canner does that unless you've been canning for a really, really long time. And even still, you might try something new and your family will hate it, or they're just not super keen on it, or you're not keen on it. So the Pantry Challenge does help in that. So that is the basics of the Pantry Challenge. And as I said, there are no rules, which means you get to make up your own rules. And also, it's really important that you not just write down your rules, but why you want to do it. Because there are some points in the Pantry Challenge where it can get a little when you get towards the end of the month and you're down to like the nitty gritty and you just want to give up, having that why is going to help you keep going and push through. So this is my guidelines for the pantry challenge. I want to really delve into my creativity in the kitchen. That's what this is mostly about. I'm not worried about staying out of the grocery store. Yes, saving money would be awesome. We all want to save money. And my ultimate goal would be to cut my grocery shopping bill in half for this month. We'll see if that happens. I'm not going to do that if it makes it so we're eating things that we hate. I don't want this to be awful. I want it to be fun. You know, who doesn't want to have fun in the kitchen? That's why I do what I do, because I love to be in the kitchen. So I want to have fun. I want to enjoy it. I want my family to enjoy it. I don't want anybody to be upset or feel deprived by it. Basically, that's not why I want to do it. So the first thing, my first rule is each dinner must have at least one pantry and or one freezer item. So that would be a canned item from the pantry or a frozen item from the garden. I think pretty much my pantry, except for like boxed pasta and a couple of like store-bought canned things, most everything in my pantry is from the garden. We do have pasta and rice and things like that, flour, things that I can't grow, of course. Okay, so back to that first rule. Every meal must have at least, or every dinner, this is for dinners. For the breakfast and lunch, I probably will do something a little bit different, but I will take you along with me on that. So every dinner must have at least one pantry and or one freezer item. That's really important so that we can work through the canned goods, so that the jars are ready for us. Plus, we want to use those things. I mean, it's a lot of work to can. Let's get real, right? So number 2, I really, like I said, I want to delve into my creativity in the kitchen. So I want to make as many from scratch items as I can. I've already delved into things like bread and homemade pasta and stuff like that. I would like to branch out in those things, and I would like to learn new stuff in the kitchen. And that takes us to number 3. 2 times each week, make a new recipe using only things you have on hand and things you can make from scratch. So that means if a recipe calls for something I don't have, then it needs to be something I can substitute for something I do have, or something that I can make. Say I don't have tortillas, but I want to make some kind of a burrito or something like that. I can easily make tortillas. I haven't done a lot of tortillas, but I know the basics, and I could really hone in on that and learn how to make those. So number 4, this is actually something really hard for me. Planning and sticking to a menu. I'm not really good at that. I don't know why. I have no problem writing things down, but a lot of times I want to cook what I want to cook. But I think it's going to be important, if I'm going to be able to stick to this, that I have a little bit of a plan, or maybe I make a few things in advance. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go yet, but you'll see in the videos to come. And I'm excited to just try it and really see if I can stick to it, because we have a lot of things coming up this year, and having a good meal plan or having some things set aside that if we are doing some other things, that I can just come home and we can still eat really well and have things that we enjoy, and we're not just going for the easy stuff that isn't always great for you because it's store-bought. Or we don't barely ever do this, but I mean, we have. If you have nothing to eat and it's really late and you and you get fast food or you order in, I'd really like to minimize that, because as I said, we have some big things coming up in this next year, and I'm really excited for them. And so it's important to work hard for those things. So number 5, learn one new kitchen skill per week. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking down at my list. I wrote it all out. So I want to, and maybe this won't be a new skill, but maybe it'll be a skill I'd like to work on and improve at, get better at. So that's number 5. Number 6, keep track of what canned goods you use and what you need to grow this season. That for me is the main reason to do this. I'm really proud of myself, and this might be small to other people, but it was huge to me. Growing tomatoes has been a pretty bad thorn in my side for a long time. I've not had great success. The first year we moved here, I had more tomatoes than I knew what to do with. The next three garden seasons, I didn't barely get anything. Then I planted 4 plants of one tomato variety, and I actually got like 20 tomatoes off one plant. And I know some people are going, what? Only 20? But that was huge for me. And they were good. They were good tomatoes. They tasted good. They looked good. It was so much better. And then 2022's garden, finally, I figured out that I needed some help in my area. There just wasn't enough organic material in my soil. And so I worked really hard, and I got some organic fertilizer and really fertilized, and finally we got enough tomatoes that we only ran out of tomato products that came from our own garden 2 weeks before I got enough ripe tomatoes to can more. That was an amazing feeling. So it is a very, very big deal to me to keep track so that I can continue on growing that. And tomatoes and winter squash and summer squash, I've done phenomenal the last couple of years. So I would like to increase the things to that list. I'm kind of limited in this rental place with the space for my garden, which is just a reality for many of us. We don't have unlimited garden space. So I have to take advantage of the space that I have. Excuse me. And I am going to be doing that by growing, extending my season and having some things that I plant a little sooner, like broccoli and cauliflower and stuff. This will be the first year for me for having a spring garden. So that is number 6. Number 7, get my son involved. He's at an age where he's not going to care a lot to be out in the kitchen with me, and that's fine. But I would like to have him out here, and he probably won't be on camera. That's not something he's interested in, but that's fine. That doesn't matter to me. He doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to. But I would like to have him in the kitchen with me at least a couple of times a week so that he does know the basics. And he does know how to cook. If he absolutely had to, he could probably cook himself a grilled cheese sandwich or some ramen noodles, things like that. So having him in the kitchen more will get him a little more excited about cooking. All right, so number 8, this is going, what I just said, for the month of January and possibly the month of February, but I'm not really sure yet how long this will be able to go on. I would like to try to cut my grocery bill in half. All right, number 9, make daily videos following my journey. That's important to me because this is last year, let's see, in 2023, I think it was right around September, I started making videos again. And in a totally different genre than I was before. Before I was crocheting, and then of course now I've been cooking, and I started with the, I guess it would have been back in August, because it was the Every Bit Counts challenge, also with Jessica from 3 Rivers. And that really got me excited. So now I want to continue that. I want to continue being in front of the camera and just getting more comfortable with it and learning how to grow this side of things, because I don't know if I really want to get into like selling things off from the homestead, maybe someday, but I would like to make some money, to help build things. And like I said, we have a lot of really exciting things, and we will talk about those exciting things as they kind of unfold throughout the year. So that is the top 9 things. Or nope, there's one more, sorry. There's 10. I thought there was. Oh, learning to make things healthier. To be honest, it's something I've struggled with. I love food, and I just want to see if I can lean things out, maybe learn to cook a little lighter, but still really love the things that we eat. I would love that. I would love to just take our cooking to the next level, because we've reached some important health goals for my husband by me cooking at home and supplying him with home cooked food, even when he has to travel and all the things. So now it's time to help me a little bit more in learning how just to cook a little leaner. I love to cook. I love to cook out of the garden. And this year I think we're going to have the biggest garden that we've had ever. And I don't mean space-wise, I mean quantity of variety coming in. So that to me is really exciting, and I think could help, eating. I guess I would like to be like, 80% vegetables, or, at least 75% vegetables in a day that I grew myself. So that would be an ultimate goal. So now let's talk a little bit about what are my goals? What do I hope to achieve by doing this? So I know I hit on it a little bit, but my main goal is to make and source as much possible from our home garden or from local farmers. The reality of it is I don't think we will ever have animals on the farm. Maybe someday when we slow down a little bit, have some chickens or something like that. But I don't plan on ever having chickens, turkeys, cows, anything. We don't eat beef or pork. But anyways, I don't plan on us growing our own protein. But I would like to learn how to get it from a better source. So those are some of my reasons why. Here's some more reasons why. I am doing this because it's been a dream of mine. I've watched Jessica for a couple of years now doing her pantry challenge, and a couple other people that I love to watch on YouTube doing their pantry challenges, and I always just really would have liked to join in, but last year when we tried, my pantry was still in the infancy, and I guess I didn't really think that I needed to prepare. I thought, I'm just going to jump right in right after Christmas and not go and stock up on the perishables, and that was a big mistake. And if you can learn anything from me, do not do that. Go get your perishables. Look at your pantry. Are there any obvious holes? Like, are there things you love to eat? Ranch dressing is something you eat every single week, and you have 1 bottle. Is that going to last you a month? If not, just go get some ranch. I mean, that's your rules. You're not breaking any rules by doing what you need to do, so do it. It'll make it a lot more pleasant. Don't go into pantry challenge unprepared. It will suck. So, make it fun. That's the gist of it. Enjoy yourself. Let's see, where was I at? I want to improve my skills and cook healthier. That's bottom line. And I just talked about that. I want to grow a better garden and start to replace more of the things that we eat with the things that we grow. As I said, we'll never grow protein. And the reality of growing your own flour and things like that's all well and good, but you have to be realistic with yourself. And if you can do that, and it takes a lot of space. So probably not, but I can source it really well. I can find a good place for those things, right? And that would be the ultimate goal. Something else was I need to do an inventory, and I would encourage you, if you haven't started your pantry challenge, I know this video is coming out late, but that's fine. You can do a pantry challenge starting anytime you want for as long as you want. Your rules. So do an inventory. What do you have in your freezers? What do you have in your pantry? Would you just like to do this just simply so you can pull out those canned goods that are 4 months past their best by date or whatever? I have some things I just found in my cupboard that I home canned a year over, like in 2022, maybe even 2021's garden. I want to go ahead and cycle those things out so that we can have the freshest food in there and have room for next year or this year's garden. So do that. Make yourself an inventory. Look at your freezers, look at your pantry, look at your fridge. Be honest with yourself. Make that shopping list. Make out your reasons why, your rules, what you want to do. Get all the things ready. Go to the grocery store. Be prepared and get started. So now I'm going to stop talking and start working on the things that I need to work on. I think my pantry challenge is mainly going to start next week. Of course, right now I'm cooking off what we have, but the really creative part of it is going to be starting next week. That way I give myself the rest of this week and the weekend to get all well and healthy, make a plan, make a menu, do all the things. And then once I've done that, I'm going to, I don't know if I'll do daily or every other day videos, but I know here in the next couple of days, I will have a seed haul and my garden plan and all the things. I'm excited about that because whenever you get past the holidays, and if you're a gardener, you're ordering your seeds, and you have to now because everybody else does, and then they will be out if you don't. So I got my seeds in the mail today, and we will open those together, and I will go over what my plan is for 2024's garden. That's exciting to even say. So thank you so much for watching this video, and watching it till the end if you did. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so happy to meet you. Have a wonderful day.